Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. You know it's that time. We are playing with the November Small Die of the Month from Spellbinders, and I was so giddy when I got this in the mail. I was like, it's perfect. Of course it's perfect for winter, and they're just so, this is just such a cute die set. Okay, so all on the right, you see all the dies, and I can't believe this is the Small Die of the Month. I just feel like they give you so much. And then on the left, you know, I like to cut them out in white so I can see what I'm working with here. You get little layers for your gloves. The snowman can be wearing a top hat or looking like this with the gleeful smile and the hat behind. He can be skiing or just hanging out. It's just so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so I am going to show you a couple things here of how you put some of these things together. So you have extra pieces for the tree. There is, of course, you'll see as I start to glue this stuff, but there is a piece to the tree, which is the pole. You have your North Pole pieces, even with the separate snowbank on the sign. Here they are cut out in some colors. I did color some, which I'll show you, but then I also die cut out of color cardstock. Alright, so we have our pieces here. I'm just going to slide them off to the side because the next thing I'm going to do is do some coloring. So to make your die cutting process easy, you can do these all in white and then just take each piece that you want to change the color and do like I'm doing here. Or you can use colored cardstock and cut them out that way. Spellbinders usually does a great job at compartmentalizing what pieces should be cut out or could be cut out in the same colored cardstock as its own die. So for example, the North Pole snowbanks, so there's one at the bottom of the pole and there's one that goes over the sign that says North Pole. That's the same die. And so if I wanted to run that through, which I do with white glitter cardstock, then I have that solely for that. So they do a really great job about trying to separate the pieces so that you can go with already colored pieces of cardstock. I'm going to be using my Ohuhu brush tip markers here to color in this hat. If you haven't checked out these markers yet, I'll make sure I link them below. They're amazing. They're so affordable for a full set of $120, and they are such good quality. And so I will put that below. I also sell a color chart over on my Etsy shop if you're interested in that, because it makes the process so much easier. I'm going to show you real quick this stencil set that I got. This is a scene builder stencil set, and it is just amazing. So I used 2 of the stencils today, but this is one full set that you get, and these stencils can be used for so many things. And so I really wanted a cloud one, but then I didn't want to buy just the cloud one. So I got this one too. This is the mountain that I'm using some distressed oxide in Pumice stone? Is that what it's called? Pumice stone? Yeah. And look at that. Boom. Got some mountains. And I go back over it just to get a little bit darker at the top. And again, we have some mountains. It's just so much fun. Can you tell that I'm very easily amused? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to go back in now. I have the cloud one, and we're going to get some really pretty puffy clouds there. And the great thing about this is all 4 sides are included in the full stencil, so you get a variety of clouds and you just have to switch it from side to side. So now I have mountains and clouds, and this looks like a great place to go skiing. Side note, grew up 30-40 minutes from Pocono Mountains, never been skiing a day in my life. So I don't know, it just always scared me. I always thought I was going to break a leg. Alright, now I'm going to take out some hillsides here, and I'm just going to look for placement and how I want to put everything down. I just had to play with it, and I figured out my layout. So now I'm going to go right here. I want to show you a couple of things that I did to make it a little bit easier, and you can put these pieces anywhere. For the pole and for the sign of North Pole, I put a little piece of white cardstock behind it. This way that shows through. So instead of the mountain showing through my pole, it will be white cardstock to make it that white and red mix there. And then I'm going to put the little piece of the pole on top. And in other cards, you can die cut this out of mirror cardstock again, it tries to put the pieces together. That would go well doing that. But I love this. The Barely Art glue is amazing. I have this piece going down on some glitter cardstock because that's red glitter cardstock. You just have to make sure you apply pressure. So I just put something on top of it and it sticks so well. So here, the first one I'm going to show you, there's a little circle inside that hat that shows you where the head should go because it's not going to be perfectly centered on the circle if a little snowman had a hat. I promise, they think of everything. This company. So now we have this. The kids didn't know what he was doing until I physically acted it out to them. They were like, oh, I see, I get it, I see what he's doing. So it's almost like he's head to the sky, feeling the sun on him, enjoying life. So I'm going to put my little skis there. And again, we're just assembling. I'm trying to show you as many pieces to assemble as I possibly can in this. So these little circles, see that little die with the 4 circles? That's actually ornaments for the tree, but I'm going to use them for buttons as well. You can just put a piece of black cardstock behind the snowman's body, and that will give you the black coal. What are they called? But I don't even know. You know, the black buttons. I'm sure people don't put buttons on their snowmen. They probably put pieces of rock. Okay, don't tell my mother. I grew up in a coal miner's historical landmark. All right, so here we go. I have my arms here on my little guy, but I'm going to cover them with these super duper cute little mittens. I'm going to be layering them because that's how they come. So you're going to put the smaller layer on top, and now you have a little white cuff, which is just too cute. And the level of detail is just... it's really good. All right, so I'm going to get that done, and then I'm going to put both on to my my little arms. Now, I would suggest using a silicone mat or something like that underneath because, you know, they're such small, intricate pieces to put glue on, and so you get a little glue on your mat. Easily comes up with an alcohol pad or, you know, other good cleaning options, but just an FYI. Now I'm going to put down my my panels here. Now you notice I switched glue to art glitter glue. And you've heard this probably in the last 2 videos. But I left the glue tip off. I'm saying it 3 times in the matter of a week so that other people learn from my mistake. Because I'm still having residual effects from not being able to use my glue. So put a pin in it. Okay, now I'm going to use my foam adhesive here. And I am going to just lay this down. This is from scrapbook.com. I love this adhesive. It's amazing. Highly recommended, the foam adhesive. And now we have our little pole, and I'm going to put up my little skier. He's just loving life. I put a little bit of foam tape where the backing would, to keep it even, and then some liquid glue there on the bottom. I am Stickles crazy during the holiday season, and I've noticed because I had to go back and get my 2nd and then my 3rd bottle of Stickles because I'm just going through it like mad. So you'll see where I'm going to add that. And here I wanted to show you the snowbank. I'm going to add Stickles to the snowbank because to me, snow has to glisten. So I'm putting that all over there. And then I'm just going to outline the snowbanks so that you can see it almost looks like a highlight over white, which is hard to do. So I thought sparkle would do it pretty well. Okay, so I am going to show you up close what that Stickles looks like. It's a magical topping. I will tell you that. Let's move on to the next card. So the next one, I spared you some of the assembly because if you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. And I'm just going to start putting together my card. So this is the pole for the tree. And we're just going to lay that down. You can also use a really thin adhesive strip, like a 1/8 inch, I think, or yeah, I think that's the smallest I have. You can try that as well. But I just wanted to try the liquid glue because it dries clear. And so those middle pieces you wouldn't even see. I'm going to use some metallic cardstock to die cut my star. So now I have a gold sparkling star. And then I took some of those leftover circles for my ornaments. This way I could coordinate the snowman. I forgot to tell you there is a little nose that is included, so I colored that up orange. I did this one's hat in some glitter cardstock, and like I said, I just tried to make that coordinate. On the inside of this card, I had an extra North Pole, so I'm going to place that down. And on the front, it says Merry. On the inside, it says Christmas. So now we have a finished card on the inside as well. On the front of this card, I do have some really cool snowbanks. I'm going to show you how I did that in the next one. So I'm just going to add that top of the eye there, and we are going to call that one good. Placing it down with some liquid adhesive. And I am using Accent Opaque 120-pound cardstock for my card bases. Super sturdy. My cards feel very substantial. I love them. But I did want to mention here why I love this trimmer so much. I needed to get the tiniest of slivers cut off of this card, both vertically and horizontally. And you can see how small those slivers are, and it cuts them perfectly. Like, I couldn't even believe that it went through 2 pieces of cardstock at that thin. So, love my trimmer. I'm going to go in here with, look, I'm trying to squeeze out that Stickles because it's time to move on to the next bottle. But we're going to add some Stickles here, and I grabbed another bottle, and it just at the bottom of the snowman and the tree, just to give it some sparkle. But like I said, I'm going to show you how I made those snowbanks. So simple, and it helps to keep with a 1-layer card if that's what you're going for. So I'm just finishing this off with some more shine and glitter. All right, that one's done. Let's move on to the next one. So I cut out this die cut here. Actually, I hand cut this. This is a fussy cut, so you don't need any special dies. And I'm just placing it in different parts all over the panel. And that gives me snowbanks. There we go, done. That's how easy it was. And that was all hand cut. I'm going to place down my sentiment. I'm going to put down my little snowman who's popped up. And I think all of my snowmen had those little gloves on because I just had to. They were just so cute. This card, I liked the simplicity. It did not pass the children test because in comparison to the other one, my kids said this one was boring and that it was plain. And they don't get the concept of clean and simple. But I know you all do, so hopefully you appreciate it. So I'm adding more Stickles. Stickles, Stickles, Stickles. Love it. And I'm actually going to add it to the sentiment as well. So I'm going to show you real quick. I have my 3 cards finished. This was so much fun to play with. It was like puzzle pieces, and I love this little snowman. He's adorable. So that will do it for the cards. Thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out with me. I'll link below where you can get the small die of the month. If you are a subscriber, hopefully this inspired you a little bit and maybe got some of those creative juices flowing. I'd love for you to tag me on social media when you do make with it because I want to see what you all are creating as well. There is also a link below. It's called the Link Tree, and that is a place where we can connect on other social media platforms. I will see you all in the comments section. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.